Hey y'all, how's it going? Gym trainer Cori here, and whatever you celebrate for the holidays, I hope you all had a good one. To finish out the year, I want to do sort of a recap on how the year in Pokemon went for me. Sets I've completed, favorite polls, cards I've gotten over 2022. This year was my first full year back into collecting, and I chose a crazy time to come back to collecting. Brilliant Stars was when I really got heavy back into collecting, and I went very heavy. I probably did over a case in packs. I can't be happier though coming back at the time I did, because back in the day when I collected, there was just the regular set. Art was really cool and everything, but nowadays we have alt arts, full arts, trainer gallery, which tears, that's going away next year. But I mean, I've just been in love with all the sets coming out lately, and I am so very happy that I have come back into collecting Pokemon. It was a huge part of my life growing up, and going forward, I'm happy to say that it's a huge part of my life again. Over the year, I have completed 7 sets. Base set, Jungle, Fossil, Celebrations, Pokemon Go, minus the reverse Ditto Numel, Curses. I have not been able to pull that one. I've pulled doubles of the others, but I have not been able to pull that one. And Brilliant Stars. I've also completed a Japanese set, the Southern Islands, completely sealed. So that one's in Japanese. Got that for my birthday this past year. It was one of the coolest things that I was able to get my hands on. I've almost also completed 8 sets this year as well. So Darkness Ablaze, I am 3 cards off of that. Shining Fates, I am 21 cards away from completing. Astral Radiance, 2 gold cards. Lost Origin, 13 cards. Silver Tempest, 23. It's a big set. Same with Shining Fates, they're big sets, so I included them. Neo Genesis is 5. Neo Discovery, 8. And Neo Revelation, 10. So real close on those guys. Looking back at everything I have pulled, I had pulled out initially 10 cards to share with y'all my favorite pulls of the year, favorite purchases of the year. That turned into 17 because I am indecisive and there was a lot. So in no particular order, we're going to start out with, there we go, Rotom V. Now, with Lost Origin, there was a couple cards that I really wanted. I really wanted this one. It's really simple, really cute. I love the colors on it. And if you look, there's like different items that trainers use, like the escape rope, the max healer, whatever it's called, the fishing rod, all sorts of stuff. And it's just really cute. Like, it's somebody's really messy room. It looks like he's about to clean up. It's just a cute card. Put that there. Next going up is the Aerodactyl V. I pulled one for my work, and then I had to buy one because I didn't pull one for myself. But this was like the other big one I wanted from this set, because not only is it just a pretty card overall, like you look, even the details on the crashing waves down there, the volcano in the back, and then just all the different Pokemon that are in the valley with it. It's just such a pretty card to look at. Just an absolutely gorgeous one. Whoop, dropping things here. The next one up, it's an older card. Flaffy Reverse, back from Expedition. Now, Flaffy is one of my top 5 favorite cards, and it's also fitting for this time of the year because it's a zap and a Christmas tree. I still have my e-reader somewhere. This block was, I think, the last block I was buying from when I stopped buying for the first time because I was a small child and had no income. But absolutely adore Flaffy. and I love this card. Next up, we have Luminion V. For those of y'all who have been watching for any amount of time, you know I love my Luminion. I love my Finneon. I collect them. Partially because I have literally had people ask me if I named my son after Finneon. They think I named him after the fish Pokemon. Not only am I just generally collect Luminion, I love this card. The underwater shot, absolutely gorgeous. You got the bubbles in there, just very pretty details. The coral, the rocks, everything is just so pretty on this card. Absolutely gorgeous card. Rustling up papers because I made notes for myself so I wouldn't ramble too much. Sylveon VMAX, my favorite evolution. I think this is just a very pretty card. You got the cherry blossoms swirling in the card. You got whatever her name is. I can't remember. Y'all can yell at me in the comments because I can't remember her name. It's a very, very, I'm going to say beautiful and pretty so much in this video. It's not going to be even funny. Just a very gorgeous card to look at. And it's kind of pastel-y, and I love it. Umbreon VMAX. Another evolution that I really like. It's my second favorite. I love the swirling mists, the dark city in the background with the lights. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a pretty card to look at. Like, they've done so good with the trainer gallery cards over this past year, all the special art stuff. A lot of this list is mainly alt arts and trainer gallery because I'm a sucker. We have my boy Lance. Played a lot of first gen. I love Lance. He's my favorite champion, will always be my favorite champion, and I squealed a little bit when I found out that he got a card. I'm not gonna lie, I fangirled a little bit. They did him justice with it. Absolutely love this card. Now, this card is on this list because for two reasons. One, not only is it just a cool card to look at, you got the vibrant, oversaturated colors on the Machamp, the dude that's walking back here, the Trapinch, all that stuff. But it's also a nod to Sword and Shield because this is actually a town you can go in the game. And I thought that was just a really cool thing. The other thing too is this was probably from the craziest opening I have ever done, not only just for my channel, but pretty much of all time. The box this came out of had two of the most challenging cards to pull for the set, and I hit them right back to back. Like, that was honestly crazy, but this card is on here for all those reasons. I wish I had been recording when I had pulled this. I actually did scream, and I startled my son who was sitting next to me. He just kind of looked over. He was like really concerned. My brother was over too, and that was just cool. This card, not only is it on here because it's probably the most expensive card I have ever pulled for myself, but I like that you have the Charizard and the Venusaur battling it out. Like, I just imagine epic battle music going on, and it's just such a cool layout for the card. Clear up a little bit of space. The next one is the Altaria Trainer Gallery from Silver Tempest. I also absolutely love Altaria. I want one in real life. It looks like it would be the best pillow with how fluffy it is. This card is just really cute in general. Love the colors. I love everything about this card. Such a cool card. The next one is Mr. Charizard VMAX from Shining Fates. He looks purple, and I am totally for that. I kind of had to add this on here because I wanted something from Shining Fates, because that set has been slowly killing me trying to find everything. Can't pull much of it because I can't find any product anywhere, so it's been having to buy singles and track them down, and that's miserable. But I was able to find the Charizard. I just love this card. The background colors they chose are so cool. Overall, just a really solid card. The Lugia V Alt-Art was one of my top cards from Silver Tempest, because not only did they choose to give me Lance in this set, they gave me one of my favorite legendaries. I absolutely love the background here, the swirling with the colors. You have the storming seas and the sky going on. And then you have this poor dude in the corner who's just like minding his own business on his fishing boat. And then Lugia causes a storm and he's just like, oh, well. Card's really well done. It's a really pretty card. And I'm so glad that some of my random favorites are getting to see more cards and like really cool art. And I had to choose a promo from this year. I think this was from this year. I got it this year. I had to choose it from Sword and Shield, and there's not a thing I don't like about this card. The artwork, the colors, the background, everything they did with it was so well executed. I could literally stare at this card all day. It is so pretty to look at. Now, this card I've had in Japanese for a while, and I was finally able to get it in English not too long ago, and I absolutely love this card, not only because of the artwork on it, because that is like throwback nostalgia hitting me just looking at this card, but also the colors that they chose for the background. I'm gonna slide this out of the sleeve a little bit so you can see it more vibrantly. It is such cool coloring that they chose for it. The reds, the yellows, the blues, they all clash really well, and it just, I don't know, it hits just the right way. I absolutely love this card. My next one is also a Charizard. I didn't want to have a lot of Charizards on this list, but there ended up being 3. I chose this Charizard because this was the last card I needed to complete base set. Base set is when I started collecting, so the fact that I was able to complete a set that I've had and I have been working on since Pokemon it came out, I had to add it. I couldn't not add it. It's Charizard. There's not much else to say. It's base set Charizard. I was so happy when I got this card. Now, this card here, despite the fact that it is beat to heck, I love it. I am working on, I always mix the names of these up, hold on. Neo Destiny. I always mix the Neo sets up, so I had to write it down. This was my first big step into potentially completing this set. Now, this was the cheapest one probably to get, especially in its condition, but don't care. I absolutely love the art, and it might be a little hard to tell, but it is textured on there. I don't know if taking it out of the sleeve at all will help. Not really. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. It is textured, which is pretty cool. Like, it's a very subtle texture. You can also see how awful this card is condition-wise, but that's okay. Honestly, I was getting it more to just have it. The other thing I find really cool is that with all the shinies, for this specific set, the Pokemon itself is shiny, as opposed to the background being foil. I thought that was just a cool touch. The last card on this list is Shiny Magikarp. growing up, I had pulled Shining Magikarp and Shining Gyarados, and years later, I lost them. So being able to find a Shining Magikarp, honestly, it was like recapturing part of my childhood. Neo Block is one of my favorite all-time just blocks. I can't choose a single set because they all have first and second gen. They all have just so many really cool artwork, so many beautiful cards. And I'm just happy to say I was able to find this again. Still missing the Gyarados, but getting the Magikarp was pretty solid. And I don't know if you all just saw that. Oh my gosh, it's not coming out of the sleeve. Come on, Magikarp. Maybe. Come on. Okay. Nope, we're gonna have to look through the sleeve. I can't get out of there. It's got a swirl. It's got a really cool swirl. So, honestly, my favorite find, if not of just the year, of all time. I have my husband and I both have matching Magikarp tattoos. I love Magikarp. It is also in my top 5. This is probably one of my favorite cards of all time. And I am so very happy to say I got it back in my collection. Also, if you notice in the background here, those are all binders that I've been filling out this year with pretty much everything I got this year. So it's been one heck of a year. Well, I have been rambling at y'all for almost 17 minutes now, so it's been too long. Let me know in the comments which card you liked best. Which one was your favorite out of all the stuff that I showed you today? And let me know what your favorite card of the year was that you have now in your collection, whether it be Pokemon or something else. Have a happy new year, guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.